We're going to take a quick look down in our rugged steel enclosure here. Down below here is the air compressor. This is a dual piston air compressor. So we have one piston here, one piston here. And the great thing about that is ultra efficient. So at the two strokes, or at the stroke of each of the pistons, we're always producing air. So when one piston's going down, the other one's going up. And so we're constantly pumping out some air into our air line here. This is a high temperature airline. As you know, when you compress air and just from running the motor, we can get a little bit of heat buildup. And so we do use a high temperature line coming out of here so we don't melt a standard line. And then we do have a fan down below. This fan also runs on solar power. So if there's solar coming into our solar panels and the pump is running, then that fan is also going to be on. That helps cool the motor, helps cool the manifold, all that good stuff, so we don't get anything to overheat there. This can go out in the sun, designed for that. It can also go in the shade. You can see we have some baffles here, help keep any water out. We have a nice waterproof seal up on the top here. It locks, or it's latches. So we don't get anything coming lifting up the lid or any bugs or dirt getting in there. So a really great self-contained kit. Inside of here is the circuit board and all electronics. So this is basically drip proof. It doesn't matter if a little bit of water gets in here, a little water drips in, it's just going to go out the bottom, not going to harm the pump. But we do have electronics in here. So it has a secondary waterproof enclosure. So nothing's going to get in there and disturb the electronics inside. A little bit about this motor. This is a brushless DC permanent magnet motor, which means it's the most efficient motor. So it has permanent magnets and no brushes. And so that means there's no wear and tear parts on that motor, unlike a standard brushed unit. So a standard like old style DC brushed motor has those carbon brushes on either side in order to transfer electricity into that rotor. And what happens with those brushes, as you know, is they wear out over time, especially something like this where we're running it 8, 10, 12 hours a day. They can quickly start to wear out over time. And then you're going in there maybe once a year, once every 2 years, and you're fooling around, taking covers off, trying to replace those brushes. What happens with those brushes is they're carbon, and so they wear over time, and that carbon has to go somewhere. So some of the times it gets sucked in here, other of the times it just kind of gets into all your windings. It's just a really messy process. With this system, it's brushless, and so there's none of that maintenance. Basically, this is maintenance free, except we just have our little bit of an air filter coming in. That does two parts. It's a muffler to help keep the noise down. This unit running, you'll hear in a couple of minutes, has been described about the sound of a dishwasher running. So it's not soundless, but it's also, a dishwasher doesn't bother you too much when it's running in your house. So a low hum coming from this when it's pumping, that bothers you. It's great. It doesn't have to be near an electrical source. You can get it off to the side, so you don't have to either see or hear this around your beautiful, nice pond like we have here. And so inside of this, I won't open it up. I showed it in the last video. There's just a little air filter, kind of like your car, except this one's cleanable, like your vacuum cleaner. And so over time, maybe once a year, every 6 months, you can pull that off, dust it out if you're a really dusty environment, put it back on, and then you're good to go. If that ever wears out or tears or anything, we got replacements that can head out to you.